Alright, here's a quick rundown on the jewels. You want to have a cavalry attack, infantry attack, and ranged attack jewel in every single piece of your war equipment. If it's not war equipment, don't put attack jewels in there. Only in your war equipment. There's a bunch of other types of jewels to choose from for your other types of equipment. Now I'm going to give you some quick advice of how I started off with the jewels. Alright, so you're going to have 8. If you look, there's 8 pieces of equipment. So you're going to have 8 jewels for each troop type in all of your equipment. What I started off doing was green. Every time I got a green attack jewel, I would put it into a piece of equipment. Eventually, I had all 3 slots filled in all 8 pieces of equipment with green. So once I got that, I would take out, as I got a blue jewel, I would remove a green jewel and put in a blue jewel. Eventually, I had blue jewels in every single piece of my equipment. Right now, I'm working on purple. For example, this piece of equipment, as you can see, it's got all purple jewels. Some of my equipment, like I believe this one, still has all blue. So I'm removing the blues as I get the purple. So the goal is to have every single one of your things filled with jewels. It's better to start off with all lower levels and then remove one and put a higher level in. Okay, that works better than just making it. Say you only had 2 purple jewels. Well, that's only going to give you, I think, 24% attack damage total. Alright, which is not very good. I mean, if you got all blue jewels, let's just say you have all blue. Alright, so that's 6% attack times 8 pieces of equipment. That'll give you 48% attack damage for each troop type if you were to have your gems completely filled with blue jewels. Alright, compared to if you only had 2 blues, or say 2 purples, that would only be 24%. So you're better off starting by filling them up, removing, and replacing as you get better jewels. Now I'm going to show you how to remove these jewels correctly, okay? You're going to go into your cabinet. What am I clicking on here? You're going to want to go into your cabinet, go to your piece of equipment, and click remove. Now you have 2 options. You can use this and destroy it for free. You do not want to do that, or you're going to lose the jewel that you remove. Now with gems, you can buy a chisel for blue, a chisel for purple, a chisel for white or gray, whatever you want to call it, a chisel for green, and a chisel for gold. This is going to cost you gems, okay? Like I already have some blue and purple ones. So you need to build, if you're trying to remove a blue jewel, you're going to want to use a blue chisel. And if I click use on this, it's going to remove that jewel and it's going to put it back into my inventory. Now if I click remove and destroy, it's going to remove that jewel and it's going to smash it into pieces, and I am not going to get that jewel back. So you do not want to use you want to use the jewel remover, the jewel chisel, to remove it so it goes back into your inventory. Unfortunately, it costs you, like this one cost 1,000 gems per jewel. This one costs 4,000 per jewel. This one's 400 per jewel. So it's going to cost you a few gems. Sometimes you can get these in your Guildfest rewards and stuff like that. But totally fill it up with green. As you get blue jewels, remove the green jewels. And eventually you'll have really nice attack jewels in all your pieces of equipment. Now if you go, I'll show you another thing. If you go into your cabinet and you're going to click on Jewel Fusion. Okay, so click on Jewel Fusion and you will see all of your jewels here. Down at the bottom are your jewels. So you can fuse or unfuse jewels here. Like I have one blue range jewel here. If I want to take that apart, I can click on this thing right here. I can hit divide, and this will divide all my jewels. Or if I want to say I have 5 of these and I want to make another green jewel, I will click on the top piece and I hit fuse. That just made a green jewel. Now if I want to make that into a blue jewel, I can hit fuse. Now I have one blue jewel. So that's how you change your jewels around. You don't lose jewels or nothing by doing this. That's just, you can move them around, you can fuse them, or what do they call this? Divide or fuse. So this is how you find your jewels, by going into your cabinet, clicking on Jewel Fusion, and then you can divide or move those around as needed. Let's see, is there one last thing? I wish I would have started doing this a long time ago. But if you click on your bag down here, okay, and you click on your guild coins, you'll see you can buy jewel chests. Whoops, I gotta click on chest. I can buy a rare jewel chest, and this is gonna give me jewels. If I click on it, you're gonna see you're gonna get one of the items that are inside of here. Now it says common to rare, so that means you're either going to get from anywhere from white, green, or blue of any of these jewels. It's random what you get. Every guild fest, there are quests for spend 1,000,000 guild coins. So every guild fest, I spend 1,000,000 guild coins to buy rare jewel chests. And if you'll see, if I spend 1,000,000, I spend over 1,000,000. That gives me 11 jewel chests. So every guild fest, I'm usually able to do this once, and I usually get a couple green and sometimes a couple blue attack jewels every time I've been doing this. I've only been doing this the last couple months. I wish I would have started doing this a long time ago, because I would probably have all purple jewels by now instead of a mix of purple and blue. I might even have a couple gold by now. So I mean, I've been playing this game for about 3 years now, pretty much since the game came out, however long that is. And I just started buying the jewels. Before, I was only getting the jewels that the game would randomly give me. But every guild fest, sometimes I can do this twice, and I can do the buy 1,000,000, spend 1,000,000 guild coins quest twice, and I can get 2 sets of jewels. But I found I've done that before, and I opened them all at the same time, and I got really lousy sets of jewels. I've also opened only a couple boxes at the same time, and I got really lousy sets of jewels. But if I open 11 at a time, I usually get a couple attack jewels that I'm really happy with. It's kind of weird how they do this. I've seen charts for every type of chest there is out there saying how many you need to open at one time to get the best drops. So it actually does matter how many chests you open at a time to get a good drop. So I find 11 at a time works for me so far. I should probably look that up, because there might be actually a better number to open than 11 at a time. But so far, 11 gives me some green and sometimes blue attack jewels, and I usually get at least 2 or 3 per time I do this. So that's how I'm now getting my attack jewels now. The other ways to get them, sometimes when I do the admin quest and the guild quest, a lot of times when you do this, I'm just going to refresh one. So like you'll see this quest is giving me a piece of whatever this is, lava mud. Sometimes there's a jewel in here. I probably won't get one this time, but you never know. I did not get one, but occasionally you get a jewel in here. I think that's how I got most of my jewels, to tell you the truth, was from this. Also from Guild Fest prizes, there's usually at least 1 or 2 attack jewels in the Guild Fest prizes, so I pick those every time. And I think between those 2 things are how I got all my jewels. Alright, so I think that pretty much wraps this up. But that's the rundown on attack jewels. I guess this video took a little longer than I thought it would, but when you explain things in depth, I guess it does take a little longer. most of these videos I watch on YouTube of people trying to explain this stuff, it's like 45 minutes of them blabbing on about worthless nonsense. Then there will be like a 2-minute video that about what the video is even supposed to be about, and I don't know, it's a quick rundown that's just not very in depth and doesn't explain things very well. So I'm trying to go over everything thoroughly and stick to the point and not go off subject at all. So that's I guess why these videos are a little longer than I was planning for them to be. So I hope these videos help, and you guys take care. I'll have more coming pretty soon. Alrighty.